Now, this is something that's a little ambitious, and I think that this is very realistic, though. These are all mainframe, academic mainframes that are distributed. So obviously this is not scale, but Tanji is there and Canberra in Australia. I know all of these people. These are all colleagues of mine. And I have accounts on about 6 of these systems. I have accounts at Arkansas, Columbia, of course, Greensboro, Syracuse, Poughkeepsie, and Dallas. So I have accounts on those systems. I can log in, write some scripts, and create a Linux guest. And I can tie these. I could do it before noon if I wanted to. I could tie all those guests together on these distributed, on these diverse mainframes. So there is not a mainframe cloud per se, but this shows you how easily it can be accomplished. And that's something that we want to look at in the future. For example, if I need 5,000 Linux guests and I don't have resources but for 4,000, I can easily deploy the other 1,000 at one of these with minimal effort. And so that's something we want to look at going forward. All right, so the projects we have, we want everyone to know Andy, Eddie, a lot of the folks that are sponsoring our projects. Right now our focus is VCL. So we want to get VCL up and running. Dr. Burton has written some outstanding scripts to automate the process. So the promise of push-button VCL, I think, is a reality or very close to being a reality. You push a button, VCL deploys. We have sandboxes in school technology up and running. You guys you have your students running code on yours now. In my desk, I have ESXi running in my office. So we have several sandboxes that we're running VCL test projects. As I said, Dr. Burton wrote some scripts to automate the process. Very impressive. Our CIO purchased, as I said, some Blade technology that is going to serve as our production instance, VCL. We have draft MOUs with Wayne Community and Wilson Community Colleges to formalize their access to our VCL infrastructure. We're going to get those started as soon as the ink is dry on the MOUs. We're already writing the code for them, so hopefully that won't be, the drafts have been approved by my department, so it shouldn't be too much longer. And we're going to get high schools involved after the first stage is completed, because there are some administrative duties to attend to for the high schools. This page of projects is more kind of mainframe focused. One of the things I'm working on is deploying VCL on mainframe. As of right now, you have to use XCAT to do that. So there is an XCAT version for ZVM. So I'm working with an IBM guy in Poughkeepsie to make that a reality. Banner. How many schools here use Banner? Right? So you didn't know that Banner ran on the mainframe. It does. Marist has been doing it for a couple of years, and it runs well. It's cheaper, it's faster, it's more reliable. So that's a pilot that we're running. And Sam Harrison, Sam here? Yeah, Sam Harrison's office, he works at the CIO's office. They've blessed that project, so that should be nearing completion as a proof of concept, hopefully by the end of April. I put open in quotes because there's nothing open with high school students. You're dealing with minors, but we factor the CEPA compliance into whatever we're doing with the high schools. That's a given. Projects that my colleagues are working on: artificial intelligence, Medicare, Medicaid fraud detection, business analytics, business R&D, including Watson-type stuff, and specific research. And I say specific because there are actually projects. Vlahovic, Sean Sindlinger at NCCU, and some other scientists have specific projects that they want to run on the infrastructure. What are the challenges? Challenges are more administrative than technical. We know how to build smart networks. The problem is we're not very good at our administrative bodies talking to one another. An example is there's a contest IBM conducts every year called Master the Mainframe, that they have high school students do some mainframe stuff. You need to access port 1023. The problem is this particular county in question. Some schools could get through it. Some schools, the schools that were able to participate in the contest, had a very rich experience. Now, it's the same school system. And it just so happens, I caused a lot of kind of dissent. Did I do that? Yeah, yeah, I see. I'll keep talking, sorry. And so I caused a lot of controversy, well, not controversy, but comments when I said, well, why is it that the school that was able to do it in the same school system is the richer, more affluent school, and the school that wasn't able to do it is the poorer, less affluent school? Why is that? Oh, what are you insinuating? I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just asking a question. Okay, so, and this happens over and over again. And so we have, oh, did I do that? the fates are out to get me. Well, I'll tell you what the graphic says. So how about that? If you can't see it, I'll tell you what it says. I'll try to describe it to you. There we go. All right. So these are one of the problems that we're running is we know how to, as Dr. Volk said, we know how to build smart networks. We're good at that. What we aren't good at doing is having administrative body A communicate with administrative body B. So all of these entities have their rules. These rules have complete validity inside the spheres of influence. They're valid. They have a good reason. The problem is when we try to do cloud computing, we run into this. Okay? We run into this. I've experienced this continuously. Well, we can't do that. Well, why? Well, we have a rule against it. Okay, well, understood. Well, if you can't do that, then I can't do this. Well, sorry. So we have to resolve that. Another challenge that I think we're having much more success with is the skills base. So the question about this has come up in meetings at A&T. We need Linux skills. We need Linux skills. And Dr. Bird's cranking out Linux skills as fast as we can get the students in the program. And so we want to make sure that we have the skill set that's required for these fairly sophisticated cloud infrastructures because they need a diverse set of talents. And so we have to grow this talent. So at A&T, we're addressing it through, we have a full gamut of Linux courses through senior admin, and our students really, really know Linux very well. I'm very impressed. When I have the Linux students in my class, I'm very impressed with what they know. And we also have, this makes us fairly unique, 4-course mainframe track, including ZVM. So our students take Linux in the rest of the world, and they know how the rest of the world does Linux. And so I have a student at Red Hat now. He's probably one of 3 people in the 3,000-member company that knows how to virtualize, at Red Hat, knows how to virtualize Linux on ZVM. So we're very pleased with that. And I'm very grateful to my department for having the vision to see it. A&T is a great place to work. My boss isn't even here. So in conclusion, so we've created this heterogeneous cloud. It exists. It's real. You can touch it. We've got some firewall issues, but we'll address those. Burton's going to figure out a way around all that stuff. We've worked diligently to solve the administrative problems. We're building the workforce, and we're increasing our portfolio of projects to prove that what we say we can do, we can actually do. And that's it for me.
Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions for Cameron?
Brother Schaefer.